We generated around 560 plus million impressions organically. Those
creating property cards for the first time for people owning houses in the rural areas.
We have a patent on a bits technology, which...
But we were really guided by what we wanted it to be.
In terms of the content consumption pattern has changed.
Very competitive, very crowded.
The objective is basically to democratize cancer care.
I see a very bright future for retail industry.
Technology now allows us to scale up.
We also want to help patients become more compliant.
If I look at the custom solutions market, it's almost about $1,500 billion.
Your customers will not continue to be with you if you don't change here.
We had adopted digitalization much earlier.
within a very short span of time, we are the number one operator in the whole of South India.
If you are reaching out to a lakh people today, you would be reaching out to an entire globe tomorrow.
We got those two brands and then immediately got into a few of the LFRs, and there was no looking back.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 31st episode of Ascent Talks. My name is Ajit Panikar, and I'm an Ascent member for 10 years and lead Nova, an air conditioning company, and Pure Blue, a tech-enabled startup in the air conditioning domain. And as usual, my co-host is Aleem. How are you doing, Aleem?
Fantastic, Ajit. Good morning, everyone. My name is Aleem Merchant, and I run an advertising and marketing company called Synapse in Mumbai. And we're very excited to have you. 31 shows, which means if we did one every day for a month, we'd have done one. I mean, I don't know what you mean. Anyway,
you lost track of it, buddy. You lost track of it.
But guys, when you go off the script, you're gonna mess it up.
I know.
Ajit, what is Ascent? Tell our viewers what is Ascent and what is Ascent Talks.
Yeah. So Ascent is a not-for-profit organization founded by Harsh Mariwala, Chairman, Micro Limited, and his deep passion for identifying promising entrepreneurs in the growth stage. Its primary objective is to support those entrepreneurs in expanding their enterprises and enhancing their entrepreneurial journey. Since its establishment in 2012, Ascent has successfully empowered over 850 entrepreneurs throughout India. Ascent stands out as a remarkable platform that fosters peer-to-peer collaboration, leveraging the collective strength of its members. And at the heart of this platform are self-facilitated groups called as trust groups, where entrepreneurs come together and share their experiences, exchange ideas, and provide valuable insights by creating such a vibrant ecosystem for learning and growth. Ascent enables its members to benefit from each other's knowledge and expertise. Ascent Talks, which takes place on a weekly basis, showcases the journeys of Ascent members, highlighting their fascinating entrepreneurial journeys. So, Ali, let's introduce and bring our guest today.
Fantastic. So, welcoming Mukul Goyal. He's a first-generation entrepreneur holding a portfolio in 4 different businesses. In his 12 years of experience, along with his co-founder, he has built Stratefix Consulting into a large consulting company based in Gujarat. Stratefix is known for its ECOA model, which is executional consulting approach. It consults in sales, operations, HR, along with market research, executive hiring, and other verticals, with a team of 45 consultants. Mukul is a designated partner in 3 companies related to advertising, sales, and marketing, and other businesses. Mukul has consulted over 40 industries, has handled 350 plus clients, and he's known as the Tier B Town fanboy. So fascinated with working for SMEs and strengthening the Indian economy. Passionately, he also runs a podcast, Bharat Ke SMEs, featuring successful businesses from Tier 2 and 3 cities in India. Welcome, Mukul, to the show. And another thing I want to tell all the viewers is wait till the end. There's going to be a very big surprise at the end of the show today. So first of all, welcome, Mukul, to the show.
Hey, hi, Ajit, Aleem. How are you guys? While I'm introducing you, Ajit, Aleem, I feel like I'm calling Salim Suleiman. How are you guys?
We'll see who's Salim Suleiman today.
That's right.
But Mukul, off the bat, tell us about Stratefix. Tell us about yourself. Tell us what you do and what is unique about Stratefix.
Yeah, sure. Well, hi guys. My name is Mukul Goyal, like how Aleem introduced me, and thank you for such a lovely introduction. I am a co-founder of an organization called Stratefix Consulting. We are a SME-focused, SME-driven organization who ensures that an SME should have all the growth parameters identified, and we take care of the entire implementation for everyone. So like how Aleem said that we're into sales, operations, HR as a consulting view. So we take care the entire implementation is done. And about me, I'm a tier 2 fanboy. I love the tier 2 cities, and I'm born and brought up of Surat. I come from a family who has always been into job, and my father and my elder brother both are in the same the service industries, and I am the first generation entrepreneur. I would call myself as an accidental entrepreneur always, but yeah, that's who I am, and I love the work which I do.
But Mukul, this is something very interesting. You don't come, one, you're from Surat, Gujarat, and you come from a family that is not into business. That makes you completely exceptional. And then you get into entrepreneurship, and that too in an area of helping MSMEs. Share with us this whole thing as to why did you get into entrepreneurship and why did you actually get into this field of, helping MSMEs and building a business around it?
Well, I'll tell you, Ajit, in a typical language of Gujarati, dhando amara lohi ma chhe. So, business is in our blood. We being from Gujarat, we always try and we always ensure that, why don't we run an enterprise rather than, working somewhere. But however, having in my case, I think I have a blood of a Marwadi and an upbringing of a Gujarati, right? Hence, I love businesses. And I think what I saw when I came back to Surat after my studies is that, there's a lot of training programs and coaching programs, but there wasn't any company like the McKinsey or Accenture or Deloitte for the SMEs. And interestingly, and I give the stats everywhere, the 37.54% GDP has been given by the SME to India's economy, which means it's a huge chunk of GDP, but people aren't really helping SMEs by handholding them. So we were like, can we create a business model around this where, we can handhold SMEs by not just typically giving them the presentations and telling them what you should do and what you should not, but we should also help them in identifying the opportunities and implementing it entirely through the circle so that SME doesn't feel lost. So we say we partner with our clients, and we don't say that we serve our clients.
Super. And Mukul, just tell me, okay, this sounds very unique, okay, like a consulting company for SMEs. Very interesting. I think a lot of our viewers would be interested to know. But what is it? What are the changes you bring about in an organization, and what kind of changes have you seen in this space happening?
So what are the changes we bring in the organization? I think the vision to see. The possibility which we bring in the organization is to see that yes, changes can be made in my organization. The quantifiable changes I would say is sales growth. With respect to operations, identification of the parameters where the lacking is there and how can we reduce the lag. With respect to HR, we bring the entire HR department in the organization, which organizations doesn't even know about it. People only think HR department is a recruitment or a payroll, but there are far more things which we can do in HR. Market research, which is only a privilege to corporate companies via companies like Nielsen, for an example, right? That is a kind of service which we bring to SMEs who has always worked in trial and error. We are like, why can't we do market research entirely, primarily, and then get some data and then decide whether you should really want to get this in this business or not, or the product or not. So these are kind of quantifiable things which we feel that SMEs get when we come in picture. And I think over the years our services has only increased for the SMEs pan India, and there are certainly clients in the abroad as well in the similar fashion industry who would say that we would like to take your services.
Mukul, while you got into the space and it's a niche segment, I can guarantee you this is no easy space to actually develop. So here are like some of the questions that come into my mind. You are the crux of the whole thing. You started the business, and the knowledge consulting is primarily a knowledge sharing and a support function that comes in. How do you scale up a business like this? Yeah, and do you really think that this growth is? There is an opportunity in this space, and I keep wondering, how once you have more and more customers, You still have only 8 hours, 10 hours for yourself to be there. So how do you actually scale up this business?
So, Ajit, interestingly, the organizations like Ascent and the other networking communities and the personal advisory boards helps us to actually imagine the business model in which we are. Usually the surrounding people would always say that your business is not scalable, it's not manageable, it's a person driven organization. But no, it's not actually. When you look through the lens of any system and processes which we can bring in the organization, it helps to scale. So over the years, our process has been one: can we not become person centric and company centric? So if you look at that way, we have always projected Stratefix first and Mukul Goyal second, or my co-founder Chirag Patel second. It's not Mukul Goyal first or the co-founder first. So I think that's where one of the biggest point is when it comes to scalability, that organization is known and not the person behind it. Second, I see in this way that at the end of the day, we are creating more and more partners, not just within our organization, but pan-India geography now. So that's helping us across the thing, that how can we scale more. The third and most interesting point which we are right now identified seems a good way is, can we create an ecosystem of partners along with us, which is complementary to our business, which our clients can get. So now, as I said that, I am practically a director in 3 different companies now, apart from our own organization. It's practically those complementary organizations where, our clients can take services from. So that's another scalable model. So this way we are ensuring that, scalability is happening vertically as well as horizontally. And we are also directly giving our services to the clients. Plus we are ensuring that the team of members are doing it. And at the end of the day, SMEs work more on the trust level. So we have a 45 people team member where at times I feel I would say so lazy around it. I don't have work. Most of the things are done by my team. And I really ask myself, यार आज कुछ मैं भूल तो नहीं रहा हूँ, आज कुछ काम नहीं है मेरे पास में, क्या चैलेंज कुछ हो रहा है जो मेरे को नहीं पता है. And then that's where I come across, नहीं यार, actually everything is going good. It's the team members who are doing great. So it all comes by the trust which you translate in people, and then they do magic.
Yeah, absolutely. Mukul, I also do some sort of consulting, obviously, from the organization that I run. Again, our in consulting business now, we are basically known कि हम लोग बहुत ज़्यादा, I don't want to say the word, but बकचोदी करते हैं. So now
you just said the word.
Correct, I know. We beep it out. No, we don't. But anyway, my point is that, can you share an actual case study for our viewers to understand that if they engage in consulting companies. I mean, if SME companies engage with a consulting company like yours, what is it that they should expect? And can you share one case study which shows the real impact that happens before, after?
Yeah, definitely, Alim. So I think most of our consulting revolves around family managed businesses, because most of the companies are either a second generation or a third generation right now, which is active. So over the years post COVID, we have received immense number of inquiries for HR consulting. And there is a huge family business managed group in the Surat, in the textiles, and they're doing great. And they reached out to us stating that, we are doing great, the business is phenomenal, but we are not able to attract a good talent, fresh talent now from outside, because the kind of practices which they want in the organization is the HR best practices. We don't have a clear-cut organization structure. We don't have JD, KRA, KPIs defined. We don't have a reporting structure clearly defined. We don't have a hierarchy to show that, what can you become after next 5 years in the organization if you dedicate to us. So these are the ways, which we have helped them in last 1.5 years to create an organization structure for 250 people in their organization. We have shown them who reports to whom, how do you report, how do you measure the performance, how is a basic policies and processes takes care. So, and due to this, now they are able to attract great number of talent across pan India. They are able to ensure that everything what they get is right now on the piece of paper. Not everything is just verbally, it's documented. So these are some quantifiable factors. Recruitment is right now absolutely in the process. So I think maybe, is this making sense? Yeah, like this is the kind of things what we usually anchor, right? We say that, यार हमारे यहाँ चीजें documented नहीं है, हमें processes पता है, लेकिन हर बार train करना पड़ता है. हमारे training cost बहुत ज़्यादा हो गई because लोग आते हैं, छोड़ते हैं, समझते नहीं हैं, right? So these are the things which we have identified and we have been doing in this organization with respect to HR, as I say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing. Mukul, you actually got into podcasting, and that's what you realized, Bharat Ki SME. How did that happen? this whole podcasting thing, and tell us that whole journey about why you got into it and what has been the engagement that you have. You've got quite a few episodes. To most of our viewers, you should check this out. He's available on most of the, like Spotify. You can get out on Bharat Ki SME. Tell us that whole journey. How did that happen?
So I think to start with my journey, I'll pay my gratitude to Swaroop Nanda, who's from Ascent. And Swaroop messaged on a group saying that, guys, we are open for identifying people who would like to start their podcast and, who would like to raise their voice and, tell all about it, that what they're thinking in the world. And I reached out to Swaroop immediately, whereas I didn't know that, I was going to do it or not. But I always believe that prime mover advantage is great. When someone reaches out to you, just reach out to them and exploit the services like to the core. If someone's saying that, I can help you. मैंने बोला कि भाई मैं करने को रेडी हूँ एंड इसे ठीक है करते हैं अच्छी बात है एंड देन ईमेल चालू हो गया एंड दिस वी स्टार्टेड इन द मंथ ऑफ नवंबर थिंकिंग अबाउट इट आई वाज लाइक मैं दिसंबर में चालू कर दूंगा एंड इट टुक 3 months फॉर मी टू मेक माय माइंड स्टेबल दैट व्हाट इज इट व्हिच आई वांट टू ले आउट क्या मैं खुद की कोई स्टोरी बताना चाहता हूँ क्या मैं लोगों की स्टोरी बताना चाहता हूँ लोगों की बताना चाहता हूँ तो किसकी बताना चाहता हूँ आई वाज लाइक I think I love SMEs because that's what I'm meant for and can we play around Bharat ke SMEs. And when I say Bharat, it's because that SME still works as a Bharat who is translating into India now, right? And I was like, कि कोई भी ऐसा podcast नहीं है जो SMEs की stories लेके आता है और SMEs सिर्फ successful हुए इसके लिए नहीं, but the best practice what they have been following in their organization. So like our first episode was about art of delegation. Our second, the first one was about strengthening the middle management, which we all face as a challenge. Second one was art of delegation. Third was that, why you should not list an SME IPO, which is a very contradictory statement with most of the people. But, we thought that can we bring that topic? तो इस तरीके से हमने सोचा कि हम भारत भर के SMEs को एक चांस देना चाहते हैं कि आप अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में जो अच्छा कर रहे हो ना, उसको हम पॉडकास्ट पे लेके आते हैं ताकि पीपल लाइक यू एंड मी कैन ब्रेक आवर नोशन कि यार नहीं ये भी पॉसिबल है अगर मैं बोलता हूँ कि मेरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मेरे से बढ़ के ग्रो कर सकती है आई कैन ओनली बी वन ऑफ द एम्प्लॉय इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन यस दैट्स पॉसिबल कैन आई हैव अ सीईओ इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन यस दैट्स पॉसिबल कैन आई रेज प्राइवेट इक्विटी इन माय ऑर्गेनाइजेशन यस दैट्स पॉसिबल सो that's all about Bharat ke SMEs and I strongly feel that it's gonna be one of the revolution in India in sooner time provided I really stick to the entire base which I'm sure that with this agenda I can be.
Amazing. Just to our viewers, just to our viewers, this show is also going to be on Spotify and all the other podcast channels. So Ascent Talks is also on all the podcast channels. So you'll find this also up probably in another hour after the show is over. So to catch us out there at all the podcast channels.
Mukul, so the top show for entrepreneurs is Ascent Talks by Ajit and Ali. Okay, the second one is Bharat Ki SMEs. So
we get straight to the point. We are being very humble about it. But
I think the modest person in my life I have seen so far is Alim.
Absolutely. So the second is Bharat Ki SMEs. Which are the other 3 shows that you get inspiration from, or which are your top 3 podcasts?
Well, I think one is Business Wars. Oh, that's an amazing podcast. The kind of story they share between Pepsi and Coke, Raw and SmackDown. I don't know how many people knows Raw and SmackDown, which we used to watch in our childhood, right? They bring amazing stories, right? And they show that, how Amazon grew, how Instagram grew, how they were competing against each other, how there was a chance where, Pepsi was about to, just take Coca-Cola, but Coca-Cola took a chance and took it ahead. So that's great podcast on the business side. Second, I would say Joel Osteen. He's a pastor in the church. And every day there is a podcast about Joel Osteen. And he speaks amazing. He talks, he doesn't talk religion. He talks spirituality. He talks about gratitude, he talks about health, he talks about health is wealth, and amazing. So I think these 2 podcasts, I would say that, I love dearly and I always listen to them.
Awesome. Mukul, just a quick question on this challenge. You again spoke about the SMEs. Now, you are not industry, you're industry agnostic. You take on any industry or any kind of business, anything. But I'll tell you with SMEs, they have a very standard response to everything that you suggest. हमारा इंडस्ट्री में ऐसा नहीं होता है यार, आपको पता नहीं है, it doesn't work that way. हमारा इंडस्ट्री में ऐसा हम लोग का अलग है, it's very different. And I think this is in 99% of them, who always will say that, that hamara industry hatke, alag hai, hamara problems alag hai. How do you actually overcome that challenge, my friend?
अजीत, मैं बोलूंगा कि कोई भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो है ना आज की तारीख में वो सेम चैलेंजेस से पास होता है, इररिस्पेक्टिव के प्रोडक्ट हो या सर्विस हो, क्योंकि हमारे पास आज की तारीख में सैंपल साइज बन चुका है 40+ इंडस्ट्रीज को कंसल्ट करने का. हेंस वी हैव प्रूवन डे बाय डे दैट consulting may require a technical expertise if we talk about for a domain specific or industry specific, but when it comes to management, be it reviewing or sales processes or operations or HR, this is industry agnostic, and we have proved that hour by hour, day by day, this is industry agnostic. Challenge which you are facing in your retention is the same challenge which Alim is facing. ठीक है ना? दो आपका HVAC है, which is a manufacturing company, and he is एडवर्टाइजिंग कंपनी, राइट? बट रिटेंशन आपके यहाँ भी चैलेंज है, मैन पावर चैलेंज आपके यहाँ भी है, ग्रोथ फनल आपके यहाँ भी नहीं बन रही है, दोनों के यहाँ पे एग्जांपल, राइट? एंड आपके यहाँ भी वही प्रॉब्लम है कि यार लोग रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेने को रेडी नहीं है, राइट? सो इट्स इन इंडस्ट्री एग्नोस्टिक. However, having said that, we always try to bring one subject matter expertise on our panel always with our consulting.
Interesting.
So what we do is whenever we are consulting, we bring our experience and exposure, and to complement that we bring a subject matter expertise.
Nice.
उससे क्या होता है कि दोनों चीज का फ्लेवर एक कस्टमर को मिल जाता है. तो कस्टमर को जहां पे टेक्निकल क्वेरीज होती है वहां पे सब्जेक्ट मैटर एक्सपर्टीज आ जाते हैं या इंडस्ट्री मैटर एक्सपर्टीज आ जाते हैं, और जहां पे उनको एक टीम चाहिए होती है जो उनके साथ लगातार काम करती रहे, वहां पे हम आ जाते हैं.
Interesting.
Mukul, see, Alim, this is what happens when you get a businessman from Surat, his followers come and he will address it. हाँ जी, बराबर बोला. हाँ जी, बराबर बोला. बराबर बोला. हाँ जी.
देखो, अगर आप बोलोगे कि मैं गलत हूँ तो आप सही हो. अगर आप बोलोगे मैं सही हूँ तो भी मैं बोलूंगा आप सही हो.
Fantastic. Mukul, you mentioned Ascent 2 or 3 times while we were in this conversation. In the past 22 minutes, you mentioned Ascent 2 or 3 times. I want to know about your Ascent journey. How did it start? How's it going? You're from Surat. So how does that go? I'm assuming you're in an all India chapter. So how does that go? I mean, tell us, because we're definitely looking for entrepreneurs across India now.
I think I read an article by Harsh Mariwala somewhere, and he mentioned about Ascent. And I'm like, what's Ascent? And I'm always curious, and I'm an avid networker. I am usually present in every networking community which is present, right? And I read about Ascent, and I could feel that this is slightly different. Unlike many other networking communities, Ascent had a pure interview, area where you have to write, you've been interviewed. So it's like they make sure that, whomsoever gets in for the right reason. And I was like, this sounds interesting, and I filled up the entire form, and then I got interviewed, and then I became part of Upstreamers, right? So guys who are from Upstreamers, and if you're listening to me, kudos to all of you that we are here now. I'm representing Upstreamers Ascent, and it's an all India group, and I love my Upstreamers group. And thanks to Avish, who reached out to me saying that Ascent Talks is happening, and I spoke to Alim, and so the entire circle moves around this. So मेरा एक्सपीरियंस पिछले 1 साल में ये रहा हुआ है that Ascent is one safe environment where we can talk and discuss about what's going in our mind and our heart, irrespective of the caste, creed, religion, business, space, infrastructure, anything. मतलब जो भी आपके factors हैं वो सारे side करके आप अपनी बातें रख सकते हो, and the other person will not judge you, and the other person will share about what he has or she has gone through, right? So इस वजह से क्या होता है कि कई बार आपके जो खुद के बायसनेस खुद के लिए जो होते हैं ना, वो बहुत अच्छे से चेंज हो जाते हैं. एंड बिकॉज आई एम फ्रॉम एन ऑल इंडिया ग्रुप, तो फायदा ये मिलता है कि पूरा भारत मेरे साथ है, राइट? Whereas I'm in with you guys, I can't say pity, but that's okay. आप बॉम्बे से हो, एंड आप बॉम्बे के लोगों को मिलते हो, ठीक है? I am being humble in my saying, but at the end of the day, all India makes really sense.
भैया तेरा दिन है, बोल ले तेरा दिन बोल ले.
मेरा दिन 5 मिनट में खत्म हो जाएगा, फिर तो आप ही लोगों का ऐसा. The journey is
all the right things. He's got cheerleaders around, saying that go Mukul, go upstream, go. He's got a lot of like cheerleaders. IPL ka fever is like caught up like full on with him.
Good. Thanks for your comment, Nitin.
Yeah, but Mukul, let's bring in a little lighter side. We really want to know, it's a common belief and you're from a smaller town, which is what gets everyone excited to understand a different perspective of an entrepreneur from a town like Surat. What are your personal hobbies? You're getting into consulting, you do so many things. What are your personal hobbies? Do you do anything other than work? And tell us about it. Yeah, a little about yourself.
So I think hobbies has been changing from school to college and college to being an entrepreneur. I think one constant hobby has been playing instruments for most of the time for myself or a very small group who can give their ears and not their judgment. Who can make sure that howsoever Besura or
We are the group. We are the group.
I-
We are the group. We are Mukul
Yes.
Bhai. We are the group. We have zero judgment, and we are very very small group. हो जाए यार.
हो जाए.
एक jam हो जाए.
हो
Can
जाए.
you? Which is the instrument that you play and share something? Which is the
But-
instrument that you play?
So yeah, I mean, I play multiple instruments, but yeah, guitar is one of the thing which I love playing.
Ladies man.
हर कोई इंसान क्लास स्कूल में सीखता है किसी और रीजन के लिए, बाद में फिर शादी हो जाती है तो इंसान बंद कर देता है.
Let's go for it, man.
ठीक है.
Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Do you have a guitar around you?
Yeah, I think I have it. Yeah, I have it. So tell me what you guys would like to hear. I mean, I can try. Not that I'm sure, but.
So, Mukul, there's a Lucky Ali show happening on Sunday or Monday, I think. So, and I'm going to be missing it because I'm traveling. So, do you have a Lucky Ali song that you can play for us?
I think I have it. I certainly I have it. Yeah, fair enough. Let's go with Lucky Ali then.
Absolutely.
I think I'll start with the cheer which I get from Ajit Ali here. Okay, fair enough. So here how it goes. शाम सवेरे तेरी यादें आती है, आके दिल को मेरे यूं तड़पाती है. वो सनम मोहब्बत की कसम, मिलके बिछड़ना तो दस्तूर हो गया, यादों में तेरी मजबूर हो गया. वो सनम तेरी आंखों की कसम, समझे जमाना के दिल है कि ना जाना है. अब क्या है दिल का लगाना, नजरों से ना हमको गिराना. मर ही गए तो भूल ना जाना. आँखों में बसी हो पर दूर हो कहीं, इतने करीब हो है मुझको ये यकीन. ओ सनम तेरे प्यार की कसम. That's all to Ascent Entrepreneurs.
Amazing, dude. This was too good. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
थोड़ा स्टार्ट म्यूजिक चालू करो यार.
I think so. I think they should be called like an anthem song for entrepreneurs who are chasing success.
Absolutely.
आंखों में यादों में बसी हो पर दूर हो कहीं, मुझको यकीन है तू कहीं पे है.
Superb.
Well related. Too good.
I
Awesome,
think this is
man.
the first time I am playing online and in live video, which I have always hesitated. But yeah, I think you guys took a knack of it. Salim Suleiman, Ajit Ali.
We only composed this, yeah. Kya kare?
You're still going to Lucky Ali concert, Alim, now?
No, I'm going to be missing it. But yeah, I already attended one sometime back.
Yeah, so send that money now to me.
2 minutes back. 2 minutes back I attended.
Yeah, thank you.
But
Thanks a
also,
lot.
Mukul, it has been fascinating. I mean, it's very interesting that the space that you've chosen and the work that you're doing is really amazing. And what even makes it even more interesting is that you're from Surat and you're doing such a fantastic thing. And your music and your passion is amazing. It's been just fun doing this session with you, man. And we're just down to our 30 minutes. But thank you so much for being with us, and it's been a pleasure hearing you out.
Shukriya.
I forgot I was live. I just started getting too casual about this, but I think that's Mukul for you. Fantastic, great human being, and nice show.
No, but guys, for me, I mean, Shukriya, thank you to Ascent Talks. Thanks to Pankti, who's been coordinating and arranging all this. Thanks to you guys, Ajit and Alim, for taking out time and sharing about Ascent Talks. I think I've seen most of your episodes, and I strongly feel that the impact which is creating, it's really outstanding. Thanks to Harsh Mariwala, of course, for bringing Ascent, and thanks to Upstreamers for helping us all the way. And Surat no chokro chu, I'll make sure that I make the city proud and I make the nation proud, because Bharat Ke SMEs podcast is here, and it may not be the first number in the list, but it may soon become parallel, and I won't say it would surpass one, but it would become 1 and 1 8.
यार मुकुल भाई सबको तो थैंक यू बोला, मोदी जी को भी बोल ले यार, खत्म हो
गया. Shukriya. Yeah, he doesn't need thank you. I think he's man of guts, man of daring, so you can't really say anything to him. He doesn't require. He is his self-driven, self-motivated person.
Awesome, Mukul. But it's been fun listening to you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for coming on our show.
And thank you to all our viewers who are putting in all the comments.
So much comments. They've been responding. I think it's fantastic. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you, Mukul. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Ajit. Thank you.
Wow, man, that was really amazing. Too good, man. So to all our viewers, if you kind of enjoy these shows, catch up with all our earlier episodes, you can get onto our podcast channels, our YouTube channels, on the LinkedIn. You'll find us all around the place. Share it with your friends. If you like an episode, put a comment, reshare it, repost it. It's nice. Spread the good word around. But if you are a growth-ready entrepreneur, get to ascentfoundation.in, put in an application, and the Ascent team will get in touch with you. And if you're truly growth-ready, they will get in touch with you, and they're happy to bring you into our cohort. So that brings us to the end of our 31st episode. What a fun episode, man. Too good. We had
Entrepreneurs Got Talent.
It was great. Yeah, Entrepreneurs Got Talent, man. That's fantastic. So too good. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you for joining us today. And we'll see you next Friday at 11 a.m. with another interesting story. Thank you very much. See you guys. Bye-bye.